I'm going on my first, I guess you can call it paranormal investigation. I'm going to go to Salem Cemetery. I've got a ghost radar on my phone, and I got it on my iPad as well. I'm going to see if maybe there's any kind of... Well, I went out there last night, sitting out there talking with Alex to see if maybe there was some chance that there was something out there. And I got some pretty weird responses I got on the Ghost Radar, which, by the way, Ghost Radar is this app that's on Android Marketplace, and it's also on Apple's Marketplace as well. But it scans... It says it scans EMF, but I don't know. I've watched some clips on YouTube, and it says it doesn't really do that. But regardless, apparently it works like an Ovilus. It'll spit out words. It scans like radio signals, I think. And if there's an interesting batch of numbers that comes across in this proprietary algorithm of some sort, it will spit out a word. And supposedly if you ask it questions and you get back a meaningful response, then you might be in the presence of something paranormal. So what I'm going to do is, I was out there last night and I asked it. I said, "Is there anybody out here?" And the first response that I got, and I didn't get any responses for like 5 minutes while I was doing this. That's why I'm recording this one, so that people can see if there's something going on, and I have evidence of it. While it was recording, or while it was scanning, I asked it. I said, "Is there anything out here?" And the first response I got was 2. And I thought, okay, well that could mean 2 as in TWO, as in the number 2. And I was like, that's kind of weird, you know. And I said, "Is there just me and you out here?" And it said voice. I'm like, okay, so voice as in you can hear me, or are you trying to speak? I said, well, can you speak to me? It says advice. I'm like, okay, are you wanting to give me advice, or do you need advice, you know, just to see if I can keep it going? And eventually it started saying moon, morning, and leaving. I thought, okay, I could mean... And I was in front of Alex's grave, and I was asking him these questions, and it said moon, morning, leaving. And then a few minutes went by, and it said left. I was like, no, it said left first, and then it said leaving. Regardless, it said moon, morning, left, leaving. I thought, okay, well, maybe he's saying, dude, you woke me up. It's the middle of the night. It's early morning. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to sleep. That's what I took from it. And I wanted to see if going back out there, I got to go by... I really hate to go all the way out there, but I got to go by Walmart. I've already got a lot of equipment with me in the back seat. But I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm going to see if I can find some flashlights. I'm going to see if I can find a digital recorder, and I'm going to see if I can. I got my camera charging up over here, by the way. Just a little Cisco flip cam. I got to see if I can find some way of like keeping it so I can actually see out of it, because you know it doesn't have an actual light on it. So I'm going to try to jerry rig something while I'm out here. This is just going to be my first investigation. I want to see exactly if I can get some meaningful responses back. I'm going to try to record it for everybody. I'm going to try to put this on Facebook and see where we go from there. Well, I'm up at Walmart right now. I'm about to go inside. I'm going to get me, like I said before, going to get me a few flashlights, maybe some extra batteries, and kind of browse around, see what's up there. Oh, and a digital recorder as well. So, that's pretty much it. Alright, bye. Alright, I'm back. I just got back from Walmart. I'm up here at Rusk High School. Right now, I just need somewhere to stop for a few minutes. But anyway, I'm going to go through some of my equipment that I have with me. Some of the equipment that I've just purchased at Walmart. I spent about $85. I'm not going there. If you hadn't noticed, I already got this right here on me. I'm going to test it for you real quick. See, it's just a little headlight. Then I've got some of my equipment over here that I just purchased. I got me an extra flashlight just in case this one runs out. I've got my recorder with an external microphone. I bought this little bag with it, and it just attaches to your arm. I figured that would be kind of cool, just attach to my arm and then press record, and then, you know, be able to do EVP sessions. Okay, I keep thinking cops are going to pull up through here. I purchased this through the automotive section at Walmart, because this flip cam that I got, which is Really the only cam I got that does digital video. I got some at the house, but they're not working as well. I'm gonna lock this. Hold on a second. Alright. Anyway, I got my flip cam right here, and I purchased these lights. If you notice, it's got 2 blue lights, 1 white light, and then this one right here where it throws all 3 of them on. So it casts enough light that I'm hoping that it'll be able to do it in the night whenever it's real dark out there. So that's right there. That's pretty much it on that. Okay, so that's got my flip cam, got my flashlight like I said. I've got, oh, let's set this right up here. Let me put that back. That's my dog for my bionic. Got my other microphone right here. And that's an external microphone for using the digital recorder. Then I got my, let's see if I show you what I got in here. Oh, there it is. I've got my iPad right here, which has got Ghost Radar on it as well. And then I've got my laptop under here, which I'll use to do my research on it whenever I get all my stuff recorded. I don't know if I'll use this or not. I used it the other night because I ended up running out of battery power on my phone. But if I don't, then I won't use it, but it's here, so. I don't know how to show anybody that. I'll probably just use the flip cam, but I'm going to go ahead and head off, get to the Salem Cemetery, and get set up, and then I'll start recording again, and I'll record on the flip cam, and I'll go over a little bit more. Alright, that's it. Alright, I'm out here at Salem Cemetery. I was going to go over a couple of things of equipment that I have that I'm going to be using tonight. We're going to be doing this Ghost Adventure style. I'm going to be using just strictly the camera, using the small LCD screen on there as best I can. The only exception to that would be using the flashlight in an emergency or something like that. So, I mean, it's pitch black out here. Let me show you real quick. You can't see nothing. I mean, you see some things out there in the distance. Only thing that you need to be aware of out here is anything that can be construed as paranormal. I mean, there's dogs around here, there's houses, there's cars going by, so I'm a little skeptical if you hear any noises or something like that, because, you know, it's so dark out here and it's so close to civilization, so that might be some sounds going out there. But anyway, I'm going to go over what I brought with me. First off, I'll show you what, let me turn this light off so I don't need any background here. I just downloaded this earlier. This is a EMF meter, and it actually records and as a session. The screen's all fogged up. Actually records as a session your paranormal investigation. So this is gonna be kind of cool. But it also records EVPs. So I might end up just using this to record anything. But we're going to kind of take a baseline reading here and see what's going on. Let me just press this button here. Okay, so it looks like it's at about 450 milligauss, which this measures EMF, which supposedly spirits are supposed to give off EMF. So this right here is going to work for our purposes. And we're just going to walk around a little bit. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's kind of pitch black out here, so it's kind of hard to see anything. Okay, I just had a spike of about 500 as I'm walking toward the graves. Okay, I just had a spike to about 700, which you just saw was at 400 earlier. Now it's up to 700. Let's see if you can even see that. Man, it's hard to see out here. I might end up just recording myself because you can't really see anything out here. There's no night vision on this thing, so it makes it really difficult to see anything. Okay, I'll have to do a little. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take the car and go toward the back of the cemetery and work my way forward, because I'm thinking that, oh, I better watch where I'm going. It's hard to do when you're not sure where you're going. Anyway, I'm going to walk toward the back of the cemetery and make my way forward. So, I'm just going to get the car and bring it up to there. Alright, I'm working my way toward the back of the cemetery. I'm trying to keep it on low beams because I don't want to draw attention to myself. I mean, it's wide open out here, so it's not like, I don't know if they locked this, you're supposed to be back here or not, but I'm going to just kind of go back here and see if, see what's all back in the toward the very back. Is this even a road? Okay. Well, I just turned onto something. That might be a reason why you need your high beams on. I am in the middle of the actual graveyard. What the fuck? Okay, reverse. Don't hit any gravestones. Please don't hit any gravestones. I don't want to get caught hitting a freaking gravestone. That's not only disrespectful, but possibly illegal. Let's get back out of this road here. Alright. Trying to find a spot where I can stop and just kind of walk around a little bit and see what I can come up with, but I'm not finding that very easily. I'm driving actually through the freaking graveyard instead of down a road on the graveyard. So let me get out of here. I know there's a road I saw a few minutes ago. I think I'm going to take a left up here. Yeah, that should be a road. Alright, there's a little bit bump here. You know what? I'm going to stop right here. Okay. Park. Okay, let's get the ghost radar loaded up. Let me just get to the Ghost Radar app. Alright, we're going to start a new session with the Ghost Radar. This is October 19th. Come on, Ghost Radar, load up. Okay, radar. I'll show you this real quick. This is what Ghost Radar looks like. You'll see this little screen. Go back to that. You'll see this little screen with a little blip on it. Green means it's a weak signal. Blue means it's, I think it's a little bit stronger. Yellow means it's a little bit stronger, and the red is the strongest signal. The thing you need to remember about this radar in itself is that it's multi-directional. It could be 10. That dot right there could be 10 feet in front of you. It could be 100 yards away. It just shows that, and you're not really sure where it's at. So you just got to be really cautious about it. Distance. See, now that's what I'm talking about. Is it'll spit out words like that, and it just said distance. So if you come out here and you ask some questions like structure. Like what kind of structure? It could be anything, structure. So it's not really, it just kind of throws out words, and you know, it's so it's not definitive, you know, it could mean anything. Tip. Oh, another thing I was wanting to talk about was the other night, well, probably been early yesterday morning, when I was out here, it mentioned a name on this radar here called, the name was dirt. It just said dirt. Like the dirt that you would dig up to bury a body? Trap. Like what kind of trap? Am I walking into a trap? I'm not going to say that I'm not scared. What is that? Hold on 1 second. I swore I just saw something move out there. I'm going to go around here. It said trap. Am I walking into some type of trap?
Fat.
You calling me fat? I know I'm a little chubby, but... See, here's one of the older graves right here. I think so. What year does it say? 1934. Now it's kind of hard to see out here with just this camera because it's not really a very good camera, especially for, you know, doing like what we're doing right now. I just saw something over there. It might have just been a headstone. That kind of freaked me out. I don't really hear anything other than just the dogs barking, which is... See, I just hear those dogs barking, and it just makes it so hard for me to tell if there's anything actually going on out here. Okay, seems like we got into a little opening here, a little clearing. I haven't got any more responses on the ghost radar, so the last one was fat. So we're kind of just walking out here. Just heard something. So now I'm getting a little creeped out. I don't feel anything out here. I'm just kind of walking out here. We're getting toward the very back, which is kind of getting source, which would be behind me. What do you mean by source? Is this the source? Be right over here. What is the source? So I'm getting a blue dot right now, which would be behind me. Oh, I'm not getting anything else. We'll just walk a little bit over here and see what we can come up with. I'm reaching the end of the fence now, so I'm going to have to turn back around and walk back to the car. Then I'm going to move a little bit further toward the front of the cemetery, and so I don't see anything moving out there. It's kind of weird because if you look real fast, your mind will just start playing tricks on you, and you'll see a gravestone just appear out of nowhere, and it just looks like something that just appeared out of nowhere, and you know it's not. It's just a headstone. But man, it is cold out here. I'll tell you that much. My hands are getting cold. I should have got gloves too. I just heard something. I reviewed a few seconds of audio from when I noticed the supposed footstep sounds behind me. I did hear a slight thumping sound, but I think that it might have possibly just been because of the dogs barking in the background and the camera brushed up against me, so I can't consider it anything paranormal. I just heard it again. There's something over here. There's something in those trees back there. I just swore I heard footsteps, like going through the leaves. There's really no. I'm not going to try to even attempt to go out in the woods. People. It just said people. What kind of people? Making. People making what? There's got a dot behind me. It's freaking creepy, dude. I gotta get out of here. I gotta move toward the front of the cemetery now. I just heard something again. Let's get back toward the car. It's getting kind of cold out here. I'm going to take a second because I want to review some of the footage I got and see if there's anything out there. I just heard something again. What is this? After reviewing the footage, I noticed that Ghost Radar had said perhaps after I stated that I heard something behind me. Is it saying that perhaps there was something behind me? It shows a blip to the right of me. I don't see anything out there. Let's see. I don't see anything out there. It's kind of hard, man. It really is out here because not only is it so cold, but them dogs are just continuing to bark. We're gonna get back over here. Oh, that's cool. Oh man, I need a camera with night vision on it. It's so hard to see. I'm gonna set this. We'll find out where the car's at. It's right over there. Get back here in the car. I know I heard something behind me, like some footsteps or something back there behind me. I mean, it could have been anything. It could have been an animal walking in the woods. So I can't really say there's anything creepy other than, you know, it just being naturally creepy that you hear somebody that's coming behind you, or an animal of some sort. So I can't really be sure about that. But it is kind of weird, you know, that the words I'm getting just kind of relate to being in a cemetery. You know, it talks about people. People are buried in a cemetery. Dirt, that's what you would have in a cemetery when you bury people, right? So the words relate to where I'm at, which is what's kind of creepy. I'm back at the car now. Alright, I'm back here for a moment. I was just gonna kind of go over what happened. It's at the very back of Salem Cemetery. There wasn't really anything that I could consider paranormal. I mean, it was just cold out there. There was a noise I heard. It was like almost like footsteps coming up behind me from the woods behind me. But I really can't say there's anything paranormal about that, because, you know, obviously you're in an area where dogs all around and you got some woods behind there, so it could easily just be something walking behind you as an animal of some sort. I'm gonna move a little bit further toward the closer to the cemetery, or to the front of the cemetery, toward where Alex's grave is at, and then I'm going to I'm gonna try to do an EVP session with the new digital recorder I got. I just wanted to go over one thing real quick about the ghost radar. Now, remember, we were out in the cemetery itself. We walked around for a few minutes, and it gave us about 3 or 4 different words. Okay, right now, the last word it gave us before we came and got into the car was perhaps. It has not said, in about the 5 minutes that I've been sitting in this car, it has not said a single word. But when we were out there, it said 4 or 5 words. So, I mean, that just kind of shows that the area that you're in, if there is some type of, I don't want to say entity, because I want to try to remain objective about it, but there's something out there that it picks it up when you're around it, you know. And I don't know how real this is. I mean, this might just be a toy and more than anything else, but, you know, I wanted to bring it out here and test it and see in the field what it does, if it can pick up anything. Am I dragging something? What is that on the car? That is weird. What is that? Well, whatever it is, it just fell off. I'll kind of pull off over here. Now I'm at the front of the cemetery. I turned the camera back on because I was wanting to talk about something, because I found something that was kind of weird. Remember when it said dirt? Now, as I was pulling out and moving toward the front, I looked behind me, and there's like 4 or 5 big piles of dirt. And I thought, that's kind of weird. But, I mean, you know, like I said, it could just be anything. But, you know, it is kind of weird how it said dirt and then people. Now, if it said buried, I would have been really freaked out. 6 feet under. Whoa, this thing is kind of real. Oh, man, it's starting to get cold. I want to back up there and go. Do like this little quick scan. I'll show you how dark it actually is out here. There's nothing. I'll turn these lights on. I bought these little lights because I thought they might work, but they're just, unless you're a couple feet in front of you, you really can't see nothing. I mean, you can barely see my hand. Well, let me show you. You can't see my hand at all. Then I turn these lights on, and now you can see my hand, but that's what, a couple feet in front of you, in front of the camera. I mean, that, I don't know. I got to get a better camera whenever I do any more investigations, because I mean, you just see my hand a couple feet in front of me. Other than that, I'm just out. Bought this special case for, it's not really for a digital recorder. It just says universal case. I'm gonna use it anyway. Alright, here's my digital recorder. I just bought this. So, let's see, I know how to turn it on. Just go right there. And then we'll just hit, I think it's just hit record. I already had it set up, so let me kind of get this set up here. Just like that. So you can see what I'm doing. Just putting it in this little case that I got here. Because my thing about trying to do EVPs is I don't like using the microphone that it came with. Especially when you're using like an analog one with the old tapes with it. That really isn't a good idea because for one thing you're going to be worrying about, you're going to have to worry about the thing actually recording from the sound of the mechanical drive spinning the tape. So I've just always used an external microphone if I can. So this right here is just kind of a habit of mine. But I'm just going to take this and place it on his grave and ask a few questions and see what happens. Alright, I'm going to start recording right now. If there's anybody out here, can you come use this microphone right here and speak into it for me? If you use this microphone, we are able to hear your voice. Oh, that scared me. Someone's got like a little candle over there on a grave, and all I saw was it flicker, and it just looked like something had passed in front of a grave, you know. But anyway, if there's anybody out here, can you tell me your name? Can you tell me how old you are? Can you tell me if you are male or female? I'm trying to hear if there's anything out here. I don't hear anything by ear, but we'll go back and review the recordings and see if there's anything out here. I try to limit what I say, obviously, because you want to have enough room between your questions for whatever it is that you're asking for to respond. Let's see. And just getting those dogs in the background, and I know that when I review this, I'm going to hear them dogs. Can you tell me something about yourself? If you speak right here into this device, we are able to hear you. We would like to be able to speak with you. If possible, use the energy in this recorder to speak to me out loud. Let's get I'm going to set this right here. I'm going to get the the ghost radar. I'm going to get the ghost radar out again, and let's see. Well, it was actually on the whole time. And see what I tell you. It only word that it said was perhaps, and that's been about 10-15 minutes ago now. So it was scanning that whole time it was in my pocket, and it didn't find anything. So we're just going to kind of let this record. I'm going to try to keep my voice in a manner where I know whenever I'm reviewing it later that it was me talking and not something else. We're going to walk over here a little bit and see. Let me turn my headlight on. Okay. Ooh. Sorry. I hate it when I step on the graves. It just feels so disrespectful. What is that? That was weird. I'm trying to walk between the graves. It's kind of harder to, easier said than done. Whoa.
Set.
Oh. I tell you what, that is the creepiest voice when it just says something. Sets. It just said sets. Sets what? What does it set?
Warn.
Warn. What are you warning me of? Or what do I need to warn you of? Shows a dot that's straight ahead of me. What do I need to be warned of? Ooh. What do I need to be warned of? You can speak to me. I don't want you to be afraid. You can speak to me in this device here. You see, it was warn as in W-A-R-N, like warn you, not warn. That was weird. I think somebody just came out. That's probably what that was. I'm not getting anything now. The numbers on top, usually whenever you see them move real quick, it's about to spit out a word, and they're kind of moving really slow right now. And see, it shows even the graph on here shows even a little break, which is kind of funny that there's nothing between those two. It's just the numbers have stayed down, stayed slow. So you can really be rest assured that there's nothing going on now. I'm gonna move back toward wherever I got these responses and see if there's anything back out there. I'm going to load up I have the ghost radar running right now. I'm going to load up the EMF meter that I have and then do another sweep and see if I can catch anything. No, back up. Main menu. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start a recording session on this as well. And I will try to do another EVP session. I got the recording still going on over on Alex's grave. I still got that recording. But I'm going to do another recording on my phone with the EMF meter. And so what I actually do is it'll graph it for me later. So I can go back and say, okay, when I've heard that voice, there's a spike or something in it. So this is actually kind of cool. Let me go ahead and Salem Cemetery. I'll load up that session. So that's where we're at. Alright, so right now I'm at about 375 milligauss. So that's kind of a base reading of wherever I'm at right now. Is there anybody out here that would like to speak with me? Don't be afraid, you can speak to me. So you can use this device right here. If you come close to this device, I can sense you. I want you to come to this device and I want you to speak. Oh, that's kind of weird. There was just I'm not really getting anything off. Milligauss is kind of stated about 350, 375 on the high end, so it's not really gone up. We're kind of doing another little sweep up here. If there is anybody out here, I want you to speak through this device so that we can hear you. I want you to tell me your name. I want you to tell me how old you were when you died. Still getting about 350 milligauss on there. I'm not getting any spikes at all. I want you to tell me how you died. I want you to tell me if you have any family that you want to get in contact with. Because I'm here to help you. If you have somebody that you didn't get to say goodbye to, I want you to speak to me. Tell me their name so that I can talk to them. Whoa. Whoa. I just got a spike of about 600 now. So it went from 300 up to 600. Now it's back down to 500. What's that? Okay, right up. What's that? Okay, it's kind of going up now. Oh. It just went up to 607. It's going back down. It's still staying at about 500 and almost 600. It's went down to 550 now. Let me go back over here. Oh, see, that's weird. Right whenever I turned around, it went down to 300. So let's go back over here. There's something over here. There's a burst of electromagnetic energy coming from this area. So we're going to turn from, whoa, right here. Is there somebody right here? Is there somebody that's right here that would like to speak to me? Because I would like to speak to you. Use the energy in my camera or this device to speak to me. Whoa. I'm trying to rule out if there's anything around in this area that could possibly cause it to spike. Anything could cause. Whoa, it just had a spike to about 650 milligauss. He's just gonna. That's weird. It just totally went up to 650 in this one area. I mean, wait, is it the tree? Let me try to rule out anything. Is it the tree? No, I mean, it couldn't really be anything. I mean, even when it gets close to me, it doesn't really even spike. It actually goes down. Is it just the position of the camera? See, you can tell that right now it's at 530. I mean, it's not the position of the camera or the device in itself. It's just, I mean, if I get closer to the camera, you can see that it spikes up to about 550. But now when I back away, it goes down to 520. So if we kind of walk around here, I'm not getting a spike anymore. We'll come back over here. It was going up to about 600. Let's see if there's any more spikes. Right now it's about 525 milligauss. I'm not getting any spikes right now. It's up to about 550 now. Whoa. Let's see, walk out here toward the middle of the cemetery. Whoa, it just went up to about 560 now. Let's see. That was weird though. There was a spike of about 600. Now remember, it was at 400 whenever we. No, it was at 300 whenever we came in, and then it went up 300 milligauss in the span of what, 45 seconds maybe. So that was kind of weird. And I don't see anything visually out there. I mean, it seems rather. Oh, what is that? I don't know. I don't see anything out in the distance or anything like that. I just see just a lot of tombstones and everything like that. Anyway, I think what we're gonna do is call it a night.